Hey everybody, this is Josh with CupAd, and this is the second video in our coffee shop social media series. And today we're just going to talk about basics of setting up your profile for Twitter. So I've already signed up. This is the CupAd profile on Twitter. You should go ahead and follow us. We'll follow you back. After you set up your profile, or in the process of setting up your profile, there's some things that you should consider doing. Now, if you've already set up your profile, that's fine. Just go to Profile and go to Edit Your Profile, and you can make the necessary changes. So I'm going ahead and click on Edit Your Profile. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to select a name. Now obviously as a coffee shop owner, you're going to want to put your coffee shop's name right here. Whether it's John Doe's Coffee or whatever it might be, you're going to put that in here. Now the probability is you're probably not going to be able to have your coffee shop's name because the coffee shop market, a lot of coffee shops have the same name. So it's likely that you can't secure your exact name for your coffee shop. There's a couple things to note about this. Number one is if you have a trademark on that coffee shop's name, you can legally tell whoever owns that Twitter name to actually give you that name. And you can notify Twitter about this. If you don't have a trademark on it but you have a business license, you still might be able to get that name. You just have to email Twitter about it and find out what you can do to secure that name. That's the number one thing you want to do, is get your own name for that. Sometimes it's not possible, and if it's not possible, then there's some variations of the name that you could do. Like if I wasn't able to get CupAd, I could put a space underneath there, and that would allow me to get it. I could also put numbers after it and things like that. Now, if you really want to be competitive and you don't want anyone in the country to have your name, then you could think of all the different variations, and you could actually set up other profiles with those variations to prevent other people from using those if you wanted to get really competitive. Now here you're going to have your email address right here. I have my email address there. I'm going to select let others find me by my email because I think it's important for others to be able to email me. And I'd recommend you do that too. Now one thing that I didn't do that I'd recommend you do as a coffee shop is to actually click add a location to your tweets. Now why would you add a location to your tweets? Well, assuming that you're doing your tweets from your coffee shop, you're able to tell people where your coffee shop is located. Now that's very important because you want people to know where John Doe's Coffee Shop is, so that they'll actually come in and buy your products. After you're done with that, I'd hit save. I wouldn't click either of these, I just hit save. Okay, now another thing you want to do is you can go to mobile. That would allow you to send text messages from your Twitter account. That might be necessary. I don't personally use Twitter on my iPhone, and I'll talk about that in later videos, but you're welcome to use it. It's a nice, if you do that, it's a nice way to always stay connected with your customers. But I mean, you might not have enough time to do that. Now I'd go to notices. Notices here, this is important. I would definitely have both of these highlighted. Now this is a new follower emails you. So when someone follows you, they'll send an email to you. That's what this means. Now that's important because you want to follow people that follow you, because that'll increase your following. Now this is also important. Direct text emails, email when I receive a new direct message. This is important because when people communicate with you on Twitter, you actually receive that in your email. It notifies you because it's very important to constantly communicate with people. And I'd hit save for that once you got those modified. Now I'd go to your profile. On your profile, you're going to want to select a picture that is appealing. Now something that will catch people's attention. Now for me, on my profile, I actually select this picture because I think it looks really good and people pay attention to it, and it's very important to do. So I'd pick a picture. Maybe it's a coffee cup. Maybe it's a picture of the inside of your coffee shop because it looks really elegant. Maybe it's an attractive girl. Whatever you want to put there, just have a picture that catches people's attention. Then here you definitely want to have a website. If you don't have a website for your coffee shop, get it on that. Get a website made. You can get one made pretty cheap. Get a website made. Then here, this is your bio. This explains what your business is about. Now, there's a lot of coffee shops in the country, so as a coffee shop owner, you've probably taken steps to differentiate yourself from other coffee shops. Maybe it's the feeling that you invoke with people when they come into your coffee shop. Maybe your coffee shop is a comfortable coffee shop. You want people to feel comfortable when they're there, so you have big sofas. Whatever that might be, you want, or maybe it's your coffee. Your coffee's unique. It's from a country that other coffee shops in the area don't get coffee from. People really love your coffee. Whatever it is, you want to say you're a coffee shop, and you want to emphasize that competitive advantage. So when people actually go to your bio, they see why you're special. Then when you get that done, you go ahead and hit save. So then the next thing you want to go to is design. So here's all these different designs. You can pick any of these backgrounds, and you can also get custom backgrounds. You can buy themes, and there's also companies out there who create themes that you can use too. You can Google about Twitter themes and Twitter backgrounds. You can find whatever you want. But I just have a standard one because it's not very important to me. It might be important for you. And then connections. You're going to want to immediately download Tweetapee. That's very important. Immediately download Hootsuite. That's very important as well. And you also want to go to something called Bitly, which is very important. Now I'm going to talk about all three of those in later videos. They're very, very important to watch these later videos because it will Hootsuite greatly reduces the amount of time that you need to spend on Twitter, and Tweetapee does as well, especially with getting followers and managing your followers. And this Bitly is very important for tracking what people like about your social media. So download those things. I'll talk about them in other videos. Don't be intimidated by them. They're very simple to use and easy, and I'll explain them in later videos. This is the second video in the series. This one was just meant to show some little aspects of what you need to do to set up your profile. Other videos will get into more complex issues. Thanks for watching.